Good evening and welcome to Ignite News on 6 at 6. It's Friday, October 24th, 2025. I'm Rihanna Nakram. Thanks for joining us. Here are the headlines. The Palmyra housing scheme is on track to deliver its first 3-bedroom homes before Christmas, advancing the government's push for full home ownership. Agriculture Minister Zulfikar Mustafa says the government is negotiating with millers to secure better prices for rice farmers, despite falling global rates. The World Trade Center Georgetown is partnering with US-based Blubird Technologies to advance innovation, digital skills, and modernization among local businesses and students. And Ghana has launched its first ever Orealla and Saparuta Safari Tour, a 3-day off-road adventure designed to showcase indigenous culture and promote sustainable tourism. The first batch of 3-bedroom homes at the Palmyra housing scheme in Region 6 is on track for completion before Christmas. The Palmyra development is central to the government's plan to move citizens from land allocation to full home ownership. Housing Minister Colin Kroll, who visited the site this morning, reported that 100 homes are under construction, 20 are complete, and most others are between 80 and 90% finished, with half already allocated.
We have already started even before on this recent manifesto that we have announced. So behind me we have 100 of the 3-bedroom houses that are under construction. We have of that about 20 that are complete, and we have the others are in about 80 to 90% completion stages. So it means within another month or so, then all will be finished. We have already started the allocation. In fact, about 50% of these already allocated.
The ministry says the homes are being built using modular production line techniques, a faster method aimed at lowering costs and ensuring quality. Each unit costs about $13.5 million, land included, and comes fully fitted with utilities.
These houses, they're based on the tender price, and we have a number of contractors who are working. With inclusive of the land, it's $13.5 million. So I'm pleased now we are at this stage. You can see the evidence that the posts they're going in, so the electricity is being provided now to the grid. The external, before you come into this part of the scheme, already has electricity, so the contractor is working here now. The internal pipe network for the water is already here, but this system will be connected to the Sheen tankers treatment plant, and so they are doing some upgrade there, and then it's going to be connected here. So by and large, all those persons for here, these houses, very well for Christmas.
Officials say Palmyra's model combining faster construction, lower mortgage rates, and on-site pre-approvals will be rolled out nationwide to close the housing backlog. Mr. Kroll says a new project monitoring on unit will tighten oversight as additional phases, including homes for young professionals, move ahead. The Ghana Civil Aviation Authority has denied recent reports suggesting that the Chetty Jigan International Airport's rescue and firefighting capacity had been downgraded. In a statement yesterday, GCAA Director General Lieutenant Colonel retired Egbert Field said the airport's status remains unchanged, rejecting claims it was reduced from Category 8 to Category 5. He added the article's headline and implications were misleading and clarified he has not signed any document indicating a downgrade. The authority also noted that the unnamed sources cited in the report provided inaccurate information, stressing that GCAA does not share inspection findings or reports with third parties. Reaffirming its commitment to high aviation safety standards, the GCAA assured the public that Chetty Jigan International Airport continues to operate safely and efficiently. In the face of challenging global rice market and amid ongoing negotiations with rice millers, the government is pressing ahead to secure the highest possible prices for rice farmers. This is according to Agriculture Minister Zulfikar Mustafa, who was at the time speaking at a public forum in Burma, Maikoni, Region 5 on Wednesday.
We want the farmers to enjoy the highest price. And you know that yourself because you know that we have made contribution and we have tried our utmost to ensure that we have that.
The minister added that he will continue meeting with the Rice Millers Association and other stakeholders in the coming days to push for further increases. According to the minister, current prices vary across regions. In Region 6, some millers are paying between $2,800 and $3,000 per bag, while in other areas, prices remain around $2,300. Pointing to global market pressures, he noted that rice prices worldwide have declined sharply.
India alone has dumped in the world market almost 20 million tons of rice. We hardly producing, we can't meet 1 million yet. We'll try to meet 800,000 this year.
Despite these challenges, Minister Mustafa emphasized that the government will continue to support farmers through subsidies, improved yields, and open communication.
The farmers today are, for the first time, we have seen, we never turn our backs against the farmers. We never close the door on the farmers. We never fail to talk to our farmers or inform them what is happening in the industry. But we will continue. We will continue to fight for increased prices for the rice farmers. We will support you and we will continue to do that.
Minister Mustafa also mentioned ongoing efforts to implement the President's Rice Integrated System, which aims to strengthen the industry and ensure sustainable increases in paddy prices. The next round of discussions will include the Ministry of Agriculture, the GRDB, the Rice Millers Association, and the Ghana Rice Exporters and Millers Association. With these continued negotiations and government interventions, rice farmers across Ghana are hopeful for better days ahead. The rising cost of leased private land, despite the government's reduction of official land rental and DNI charges, continues to hurt the pockets of rice farmers. This matter, Agriculture Minister Zulfikar Mustafa said, is a major concern for the government, which in 2020 reduced land rental and DNI charges from $15,000 per acre to $3,500 per acre.
The reality is people who own the land, people who got the lease for the land, paying $3,500 per acre land for both DNI and land rental charges. But they're charging $35,000 and $40,000 for 1 acre of land. And sometimes the farmers themselves are responsible because they run racing one another to get the land.
The minister emphasized that the issue is exacerbated by subletting, which is prohibited under current lease agreements, but continues to occur. He indicated the government is taking legal steps to enforce these clauses through the Rice Assessments Committee, established under existing legislation. Explaining the financial strain on farmers, the minister noted that areas such as Blackbush Polder, a 15-acre plot, could cost as much as $700,000 in rental fees alone, significantly cutting into profits before production costs are even considered. The minister's remarks come at a time when the government is promoting agriculture innovation, marked by the launch of the country's first nano-urea fertilizer, aimed at enhancing crop yields and supporting farmers. When returned, Ghana moves to boost innovation with a new tech M.O.U. Families celebrate new homes under the IDB housing program, and millions experience Ghana's culture and nature at Expo Japan 2025.
Oil Super 95 gasoline gives you more reasons to drive and is available at 56 service stations nationwide. For affordable price, high performance, and high mileage, choose Oil's Super 95 gasoline.
Welcome back. The World Trade Center Georgetown is signing a major MOU with Blubird Technologies. The partnership will mark a major step toward boosting innovation, technology adoption, and training for Guyanese businesses and students. The announcement came yesterday during activities celebrating the official opening of the center. Blubird Technologies, a U.S.-based company specializing in digital transformation, artificial intelligence, and tech education, will collaborate with the center to help local enterprises modernize and strengthen their operations. Leader of Blubird Technologies, Wayne Marcel, said the partnership aims to position Ghana as a regional hub for innovation.
We're excited about the opportunity here and this partnership because what we really want to do is bring innovation. You know, so many people we've talked to and I even talked to before coming here said that the goal is not to just simply slightly modernize current systems. It's to become a hub of innovation.
He also underscored the educational opportunities that the partnership will create.
So what we want to do is not only to do business in Guyana and help existing businesses, but also bring a level of education for students and really anyone else that's looking to learn as well too, to give you the know-how, how to leverage this existing technology that you can see clearly when you look at certain regions and countries that have already adopted innovative technology and where they stand now, and those that haven't. And you have a huge opportunity here, and so we're just excited to be a part of that.
The MOU is expected to pave the way for new training programs, improved efficiency, and a stronger culture of innovation across Guyana's business community. 28 families from Regions 3 and 4 are overjoyed as they now have a place of their own that they can call home. The dreams were made possible under the Inter-American Development Bank funded Adequate Housing and Urban Accessibility Program. The program aims to support about 300 vulnerable households with safe, affordable homes. And for the beneficiaries, this moment marks more than a change of address. It's the start of a better life.
I'm living on the back of the premises, but the home, it's falling apart, so hence the new.
For others, the homes offer long-awaited comfort and independence after years of uncertainty.
I have any more problem, nobody else or anything. I'm so happy I have my house to move in.
Delivering the feature address, Housing Minister Colin Kroll said the government remains committed to ensuring that every Guyanese can access decent and affordable housing, regardless of income or background.
Housing is not a luxury. For us, it's a right. It's a fundamental right.
To date, 176 homes have been distributed through the program. Each unit features 2 bedrooms, a kitchen, and washroom facilities. Beneficiaries contribute $100,000 towards construction, described as a small investment in a stronger foundation for the future. Guyana's pavilion at Expo Japan 2025 drew more than 4.6 million visitors, offering a vibrant showcase of the country's natural beauty, culture, and commitment to sustainable development. Held from April to October, the global event attracted 25 million attendees from 158 countries under the theme Sustainability Through Innovation, Guyana's Low-Carbon Journey. Guyana's 53-square-meter pavilion featured lifelike rainforest scenery, animated animals, and a detailed Silica City model, all highlighting the nation's green and innovative future. An additional display promoted locally manufactured products. On April 27, Guyana celebrated its National Day, with music and dance performances representing all 6 ethnic groups, created by Andrew Tyndall and Alana Cibaran from the Ministry of Culture, Youth and Sports. The Guyanese delegation was led by former Tourism Minister Onich Waldron and Tourism Authority Director Carmel Baksh, who helped promote Guyana to the world through culture, creativity, and innovation. Guyana's adventure tourism scene has reached a new milestone with the official launch of the first ever Orealla and Siparuta Safari Tour. The 3-day off-road expedition, set for November 14 to 16, will take participants deep in the country's pristine interior for an immersive cultural and natural experience. The safari was launched by the Ministry of Tourism, Industry and Commerce through the Guyana Tourism Authority in collaboration with Rainforest Tours. Officials say it's part of a broader push to promote sustainable tourism and empower indigenous communities through cultural exchange and eco-friendly development. Lawrence Vandenberg, Tushal of Orealla, said visitors can expect a warm welcome and a truly authentic experience.
I can assure you that our people are welcoming, and especially around the heritage time, that is when we will have the majority of people going in there. All right, and so we have accommodations. We're still working, Minister, on eco lodges, and we're now trying to promote Orealla as much as possible. You will enjoy the cool Blackwater Creek, and if you so desire to stay there, you can drink the water.
The Orealla and Siparuta Safari Tour will be followed by the South Rupununi Savannah Safari, running from November 25th to 30th, offering more chances for locals and visitors to explore Guyana's vast hinterland and indigenous heritage. These expeditions have become signature attractions, blending off-road adventure with community tourism, while supporting craft making, guiding, and hospitality in rural areas.
These initiatives are more than excursions. They reflect how tourism in Guyana is evolving to connect our people, our landscape, and our culture in ways that deliver direct value and benefit to local communities. And Tushau spoke a lot about that.
Minister Rodriguez praised Rainforest Tours for pioneering the Orealla Safari and reaffirmed the government's commitment to expanding eco and adventure tourism across Guyana. She said the initiative reflects Guyana's growing reputation as a sustainable tourism destination, one that celebrates inclusivity, resilience, and local pride. When we come back, survivors, supporters, and families prepare to work for a cause in this year's Pinktober event. Young football stars are honored for their standard performances in the ExxonMobil Under-14 Championships, and Australia eyes a clean sweep as the ODI series against India wraps up.
Your business is built on hard work, vision, and the drive to succeed. At GBTI, we understand what it takes to grow. That's why we offer Grow, a small business service designed to help your business expand, adapt, and reach its full potential. From new opportunities to new milestones, we're here to support you every step of the way. Grow from GBTI. Progress starts here.
You're watching Night News on 6 at 6. Thanks for staying with us. Survivors and supporters are preparing for the annual One Communication Pinktober Walk and Run. This Sunday, survivors, families, and supporters will walk and run through Georgetown to raise awareness about breast cancer in the annual One Communication Pinktober Walk and Run. The event begins at 6 a.m. at the Scouts Association ground, where participants are encouraged to wear pink and show solidarity with those affected by cancer. Among them is Nalini, a 5-year cancer survivor, who shared what the walk means to her.
Hi, good morning. My name is Nalini Budramlal. I'm a 5-year cancer survivor. My reason for walking is for all my colleagues and all the survivors and all the persons who are fighting to get better. My hope for this walk and for all the observing that we are doing is for us all to fight for each other in every possible way we can. My family and everybody, I'm fighting for them also, because without them, lots of times I may break down. So thank you very much for including us in this walk, and we will always continue to fight as a group. Thank you.
Hazel Chase, another survivor, said she walks to honor friends lost to cancer and to keep the call for a cure alive.
I am not walking, but I am coming out to support. I have lost many friends to the deadly disease of cancer, all type of cancer. I myself, Miss Hazel Chase, I'm a cancer survivor for breast cancer, 12 years now, cervical cancer, 11 years now. And I am walking and hoping that our message can spread throughout the world, that someone can do more intervention to find a cure. Until we find a cure, we will not stop walking.
The Pinktober Walk and Run has become a key moment each year for reflection, resilience, and community action, reminding everyone that the fight against cancer continues together. In sports, several secondary schools across Ghana were honored yesterday for their outstanding performances in the ExxonMobil Under-14 Boys and Girls Football Championships. The prize-giving ceremony took place at the Ministry of Education ground, celebrating young talent and teamwork from across the country. The tournament, which wrapped up in July, saw Bartica Secondary from Region 7 capture the girls' title, while Chase's Academic Foundation successfully defended the championship in the boys' division, both finals delivering thrilling finishes. Co-director of the Petra organization, Troy Mendanza, stressed the importance of investing in youth sports and nurturing talent from an early age.
The truth of the matter, I think it plays a very important part in the lives of all these youngsters, boys and girls. Because when you look at every single national team from under 14, under 15, under 17, under 20, I'm going to stop there. Each and every, almost all the players, or most of the players, the locally based players, would have played this tournament.
Meanwhile, ExxonMobil's Community Relations Supervisor, Ryan Hoppy, announced that the company plans to expand its youth development efforts, combining sports with STEM education to build future-ready leaders.
And at ExxonMobil Guyana, of course, we're not going to be left behind. So STEM education is absolutely important to the work that we do outside of football, you know, the under-14 football program, basketball, kayaking, and all the other sport initiatives that we're involved in. We're also merging sport with STEM. And so we've started to pilot one of our programs this year that will focus on football and STEM, because we absolutely want to ensure that our students are well equipped for the evolving world that we're living in.
The prize distribution was substantial, with tournament winners receiving $400,000 each, while the second, third, and fourth places earned $200,000, $100,000, and $75,000 respectively. Australia have sealed the one-day international series against India, clinching a tense 2-wicket victory in Adelaide. Despite the rivalry and hype, the win renders the final match at the Sydney Cricket Ground a dead rubber. India fought hard but were second best throughout, losing early wickets, including captain Shubman Gill and Virat Kohli, who suffered consecutive ducks for the first time in his ODI career. Rohit Sharma top scored with 73, but India's batting lineup struggled against Joshua Hazelwood's pinpoint accuracy. According to ESPN Cricket Info, the unchanged Indian 11 looked unbalanced without all-rounder Hardik Pandya, and calls are growing for Yashasvi Jaiswal to join the side to inject fresh energy. Australia, meanwhile, looked revitalized with fringe players like Matt Short, Cooper Connolly, Mitch Owen, and Matthew Renshaw stepping up during the Adelaide chase. With the series already secured, the Aussie will now hope to make history with a clean sweep over India. Still ahead, former Caribbean leaders call for the region to remain a zone of peace as U.S. ramps up military operations in regional waters. And later, funding delays at the United Nations Weather Agency are forcing job cuts. Welcome back. 10 former Caribbean heads of government are appealing for the region to remain a true zone of peace. 10 former Caribbean heads of government are calling on regional states to preserve the Caribbean as a zone of peace, governed by international law. In a joint statement shared with Ignite News, the leaders, including Baldwin Spencer of Antigua and Barbuda, Syed Musa and Dean Barrow of Belize, Frundell Stewart of Barbados, Edison James of Dominica, Tilson Thomas of Grenada, Donald Ramatar of Guyana, Bruce Golding and PJ Patterson of Jamaica, and Kenny Anthony of St. Lucia, warned a growing militarization and movement of nuclear-capable vessels threaten the region's peace and development. They recall that when Caribbean leaders met in Chaguaramas in 1972, peace was declared essential to the region's progress. The former leaders reaffirmed that security must rest on respect for international law, multilateral cooperation, and CARICOM's tradition of resolving disputes through dialogue and negotiation. Referencing the shipwright agreement with the United States, they underscored the need for due process in all security operations. The statement closed with a call for diplomacy over confrontation, urging CARICOM governments to protect the Caribbean's unity and ensure it remains a true zone of peace. Their appeal for a demilitarized Caribbean comes as U.S. expands its counter-drug campaign, launching yet another strike at sea. The latest U.S. military strike, the 10th against suspected drug vessels in the Caribbean, has killed 6 people. U.S. Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth said the overnight strike targeted a vessel operated by Trendy Aragua gang and marked the first nighttime operation since the campaign began in September. In a post on X, Hegseth shared a brief video appearing to be showed the vessel before it was hit and exploded, though he offered no evidence of what it was carrying. Adding to the growing military footprint, the Pentagon confirmed on Friday that Hegseth has ordered the deployment of the Gerald Ford aircraft carrier and is supporting warships to the U.S. Southern Command area. Pentagon spokesperson Sean Parnell said on X that enhanced U.S. force presence will boost the capacity to detect and disrupt illicit activities threatening U.S. security in the Western Hemisphere. He did not specify when the carrier would arrive in the region. Yesterday, President Trump told reporters that his administration will soon brief Congress on the ongoing operations, adding that land-based missions against drug cartels could follow. The U.S. military has already expanded its presence with guided missile destroyers, F-35 fighter jets, and a nuclear submarine. Nearly 40 people have been killed across the Caribbean and Pacific in the strikes so far. Legal experts and Democratic lawmakers continue to question whether these operations comply with international law. Finally, this evening, United Nations Weather Agency is being forced to cut jobs and scale back operations after dozens of countries, including the United States, failed to pay their membership fees. The World Meteorological Organization, which coordinates global weather data, says it's owed about 48 million Swiss francs, or roughly 2/3 of its annual budget. The US alone owes more than 30 million francs. WMO spokesperson Claire Nullis said a new task force will begin work in January to review spending priorities and explore new tools, like artificial intelligence, to improve weather prediction. The agency plans to eliminate 26 positions and reduce travel costs as part of a restructuring effort launched in August, even as the threat of deadly climate disasters continues to rise, particularly in developing nations lacking early warning systems. A U.S. State Department spokesperson said Washington wants to ensure taxpayer dollars at the UN serve U.S. interests. Under President Donald Trump, the U.S. has pulled out of several UN bodies, including the Paris Climate Accord, and has delayed payments to others, sparking criticism from international partners. And that's all for this edition of Ignite News on 6 at 6. For more stories, visit ignitenews.com or follow us on social media. Thanks for watching. I'm Rihanna Nikram. See you next time for more Ignite News.